I learned a long time ago that for a community to be successful, it has to be a sense of purpose. People need to know what that purpose is, and they need to have some skin in the game in some way, shape, or form. And it comes from a lot of different areas. So it could be very practical. It's like I have a problem to solve for my work, and I need to come together with others who are working on that same problem, because together we can answer these questions. Individually it might be difficult.
Welcome to GenAI Talks.
The ability for us to build community and open source technology, these have had some of the biggest impacts on broader society and have changed the trajectory of humanity. We've always been communal creatures, being able to connect and engage. But what open source technology has done has truly allowed for connection at a whole new level. And today, I get to speak with one of the people that are at the forefront working with so many companies and not only bringing great technologies to life, but great communities. So with that said, Dave, let's introduce yourself. Talk about your company, where you at.
My name is Dave Nielsen. I'm the head of community for the AI Alliance. We work with our community, which is mostly made up of member organizations, companies, startups, universities, research organizations, big enterprise. We collaborate together on open source projects and other open technologies to further AI. I started as a developer. We called it a technical evangelist at PayPal. Before that, I got into that because I started off my personal journey wanting to build a business. I had a problem I wanted to solve, but this is before the web became popular with web browsers. Before web browsers didn't exist in the world. So my first job out of college was to go around installing modems in doctors' offices. We were creating dial-up to a server that had the list on it, and you'd download the list to the computer, and the computer would display the list. And you had to install the modem.
Can you give a little perspective into what you're doing today with the AI Alliance? And I know it's 200 companies or so, right, underneath the umbrella. That's amazing. Can you share a little bit about what the work you guys are doing, type of projects you work on?
We created something called the Open Agent Lab, and it's basically kind of an umbrella for all the technologies that agents use. And so that's really where our focus is right now, is all things open source and agents, and helping our members learn and use those technologies. But what we found is that it was hard to bring so many groups together in their own little pockets. And eventually we decided to try to find something common among all of them. And that's when we decided to focus on, we decided to see if we could try out agents, as a focus area for the many projects that we're working on.
How would you say that being able to work where you are has taught you things that maybe most people don't know about the power of community and doing these types of works?
I learned a long time ago that for a community to be successful, it has to be a sense of purpose. People need to know what that purpose is, and they need to have some skin in the game in some way, shape, or form. And it comes from a lot of different areas. So it could be very practical. It's like I have a problem to solve for my work, and I need to come together with others who are working on that same problem, because together we can answer these questions. Individually it might be difficult. I think when people talk about community, though, they oftentimes they think more about like the cultural side of community, which is I'm joining because I want to belong to something. Sometimes those are not so practical. It might just simply be, I want to just get a laugh. I want to feel useful. I want to be creative or experience other people's creativity. So sometimes in these technical communities, the most valuable part of it is not even the technology.
What are you seeing across the ecosystem as far as where people are taking the technology today? Are they looking to try to fully automate these systems? Is it human in the loop? Is it a mix of things going on? You give a little view that most people might not see because they don't have the scope and scale that you get to see every day.
Yeah, well, the promise of agents is that a lot will be autonomous and will be done on your behalf without you having to lift a finger, right? That's what people imagine will happen. I think that will happen. However, the path to there is long and fraught with many obstacles. And so right now, I don't think we see a lot of what we consider to be an agent fully, functionally, autonomously performing its job. I don't think we see that. I have heard of some use cases that I do believe fit that, but I just don't think that we're there yet as far as the general agent market.
What I'd love to hear, maybe for the audience here, if you're out there and you're a developer, what would you recommend to somebody to do to really stay advanced and stay really in the age of learning what's happening now versus, responding to the older trends that might have occurred?
Really, I think where the excitement is for me is when you start going from RAG or graph RAG and you start to add the agent to it, because by itself, that's not an agent. It's not really thinking for you. It's just kind of doing some really impressive querying, really. So when you want to go to an agent really takes a look at the prompt or the question or whatever the query is that's coming in and it asks the question, like, where do I go to get this answer? What's the best way to answer that question? And sometimes it has to, just simply go find the right source and just get the question and deliver it back. But sometimes it says, well, wait a minute, I've got multiple places I can go get the answer. Let me try multiple of them. Maybe I combine them in answer, or maybe I evaluate the different answers and give the one back that I think is best, right? So there's a lot of different thinking, and we do that ourselves, right? You ask somebody a question, they're like, do I know that answer? Do I need to go to somebody to get that answer? Do I need to look it up, right? And that's what an agent really should be doing, is figuring out what is the right way to answer this question.
Do you just maybe give people just one tip on just the value of education in today's age of self-learning and just a go-get-it, doer attitude?
In this particular space, I think we've shifted to a doer economy. It's unfortunately kind of related to the gig economy, but the point is that you can go get the information you need yourself in most cases. Now, you might need to find the right prompt, or ask the right people to help you get that information through prompting them. But you should be able to get a lot of the information you need in order to solve a problem yourself. And so instead of spending most of your time learning and figuring things out before doing, you really need to go get the information and go do. And I think that those are the people I think are going to kind of excel in today's economy, is the ones who can take the information, figure out what to do, and go and do it. So that's what I would recommend to anybody, is don't get into a cycle of like deeper and deeper and deeper learning. I fall prey to that sometimes too. It's like you watch a video, you're like, oh, I'm learning something. This is productive. No, not really. You should learn something quickly and go apply it.
Hey, how can people follow up and stay tuned with what's going on with the AI Alliance?
Yeah, so definitely go to the AIalliance.org. And so we also have a YouTube channel. So there's a bunch of videos there about our projects. And from that website, you can go check out our GitHub repos. And we have a bunch of projects there. Maybe find one that you might want to contribute to or use. In particular, the one that I work on is called AlleyCat, which is short for Alliance Chat. We found out that chat means cat in French. So our little logo is a cat with a little beret. And go check out AlleyCat. Maybe that's a project you might want to check out.
Amazing. Thank you for the time, Dig.
All right.
What an honor.
You bet. Thank you very much.
There we go.
Big ideas, real tools, bold moves. That's what GenAI Talks is all about. Don't miss what's next. Subscribe and explore more in our GenAI community.